But we're going to go back to a brewery we've visited before.
Actually, yeah, just a few days ago.
Yeah, that's right. So we are going to return on this Give It a Shot.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith. And we are AboutBeverages.com. And the brewery that we are revisiting, you'll probably know it already if you watched our last Give It a Shot. But we're going back to Ballast Point, which is in San Diego, California. This is a beer called Tongue Buckler.
You had to take a moment there just to get ready to say it.
Buckled my tongue just thinking about saying it. It's an Imperial Red Ale, and I picked this up actually just yesterday.
Oh, very cool.
Well, yesterday as we're recording it at McGee Road Liquors. It's a...
Gee, how much was it?
Well, it was $8.50 for the 22-ounce bomber, and it's 10% alcohol.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
An Imperial Red Ale. And as you can see already from the picture we've got up, it's kind of a cool looking little graphic. This pirate guy chopping off someone's tongue and then holding it. It's like, wow, that's pretty brutal.
It's not only a tongue buckler, it's a tongue remover, I guess.
Tongue remover, yeah. Exactly.
So
it's more than that.
But it says the IBUs are off the charts, which you found somewhere 107.
Yeah, I found someone make notes of that it was 107 IBUs, so very high.
It says it's not for the wee. Not
no.
for the wee. Not for
and
the
I'm
faint.
not. I don't even drink a lot of red ales per se. Not that I'm against them, but it's not something I usually pick up. So this is interesting to see
something a little different.
To see what the Imperial does with that style.
Well, we know it gives a lot of alcohol already.
Apparently, 10%. Wow.
Yes,
that's crazy.
Crazy. Maybe we can find something strong enough for Rachel.
Yeah, maybe if we're lucky.
We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know what the actual IBU level was on that last one that we had. It didn't say. I mean, you figure with a double, it should be pretty high up there, but I do not recall it saying specifically.
Well, red ale's a term, not necessarily the color the beer is supposed to be, right? Or is it supposed to be red?
Usually, that's what I think of it's going to be. Mine's kind of in that territory.
Reddish brown.
Reddish brown. It's almost kind of like burgundy, kind of looking like a lighter. I'm thinking of some furniture, like a. Reminds me of some furniture I've seen.
See, I almost go copper with that too, cloudy copperish. But red and orange.
But it's got more. Definitely has more red in it than like a copper. It's not like a copper penny where it's shiny. It's a little bit more, a little darker than that. But
definitely not that.
And cloudy. I can't see through that.
No, absolutely.
Even if it was, very strong head on it though.
Yeah, that's sticking around.
Yeah, it's not overly thick, which is probably thanks to my pour, but what's there is definitely pretty solid.
Thanks to your pour.
Thanks to my pour.
The pouring acumen was on display.
That's right.
That's a smell I haven't smelled in a while.
Wow.
Some malt, some almost that metallic-y malt going on there.
A little bit there at the back, yeah. A little bit kind of that. Actually, we mentioned copper penny, but there's a little bit of that.
Yeah. A little bit of, maybe a little piney.
Say light pine, more toward the citrus. I'm getting definitely grapefruit. I'm getting maybe even.
But doesn't lead with the hops. It's more the get the malt first.
No, yeah, definitely the malt. But it's a close second for me. It's kind of like a wave where it's malts, and then now I'm into the hops. It's kind of. Yeah, I'm not sure what else is back there. I'm not describing this very well.
Actually, excuse the yawn. Actually, I think we've done a pretty good job of picking out a lot of things in there.
I guess it seems like. It seems like a fairly complex aroma, and for some reason it's not just. But not enough. Things are pointing themselves out to me.
Nothing jumping out, but just a blend of
a very nice balance.
Stuff.
I like it.
Yeah.
The aroma's great. The aroma's fantastic.
Well, shall we prepare our tongues? It's a tongue crinkler.
That is quite true to its name. It's I can actually feel my tongue kind of... Because there's a lot of liveliness. There's a lot of acidity almost kind of welling up and making my tongue kind of scrunch up a little bit.
Kind of keeps going on, too.
Yeah, it's got a long tail.
Yeah. Definitely get the malt. You get the sensation of the hops, the buckling part, I guess. I don't really taste a lot of hops, a little bit, but I get that malt.
I can notice the alcohol in this one more. like the Dorado, like what we had that was 9.6 to 10% alcohol. Like I'm getting more of the like the fumes kind of at the end, and that could be part of the malts that are in there and other things contributing to that. But I'm kind of associating it with the alcohol a little bit.
Right.
Not in a bad way, but it's just that's part of it at the back.
No, there's definitely the lip smacking sweetness there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little. You feel the little alcohol burn too, a little warmth going down.
Yeah, definitely a little bit.
I see this as a good, like fall beer almost.
Sure,
because of that. Still getting a little
not quite
outside.
winter, but you're starting. You want something a little heartier, like.
And that's about borderline. It's right there, and I need to learn to back off of when I detect malt that I have to come back from that as opposed to, oh my god, it's got malt, and so I'm working on that here, and I do like it. It's kind of right there for me. It's enough of it, and it hasn't gone too far.
It's got that, and I don't know if it's partly because of the hops, but there's almost like a little brightness to the malts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the sweetness. There's like enough sweetness that it's getting kind of heavy, and I get that part.
Right.
But it lightens up a little bit, probably because of the liveliness from the hops. There's so much acidity and kind of. I'm calling it acidity because it's not bitter, because it's not the back of my tongue. It's more toward the front. I'm getting a lot of liveliness there, and that's kind of lifting that up enough where it's like, oh, that's nice. But I definitely agree. It's definitely could be more of a cold weather friend.
There's a sour. The sour bar for me is just it's laying there. Yeah,
it's hanging there.
It's
no,
there.
Definitely right at the very back of my tongue. It's like there's someone holding on.
Yep. And that could overwhelm after a little while.
Would you enjoy this with like some food? Like what kind of would you maybe like some eats?
Yeah,
things like
yeah, definitely. Nice big like hot dog, a Polish dog or a brat or some kind of sauces like that. I would think of. Or
this almost actually, you know what? It's very funny you said that. It almost is a little Oktoberfesty.
Well, that's
It's like a really souped up Marzen kind of like Oktoberfest beer.
Extreme.
You know, it doesn't have the spices that you kind of sometimes get in those,
and
but
it's got more body. There's more heft to it. There's
but that would be awesome with some sort of if you had some sauerkraut and like a really nice hearty brat, that would be awesome. This would
even hold up well to like a stew. This would be good with a stew or a soup or something like that. As you're starting to think about meals like that, so.
That's actually
would be one to get and put in the fridge and bring this out and share it with a loved one, because at 10%, that one could knock you out pretty fast.
That definitely is. I definitely can feel the alcohol for some reason. Like it's really bringing true. But this is really good, and I think I would appreciate it more even at that time, because I could enjoy sipping this. I bet this.
Want to bring Rachel in and see if she wants it? She probably won't like this though. It's probably. Because it's not IPA.
Yeah, I don't know what. That'll be interesting to see what
we'll see.
We'll have to try that. So while we try that, you can try out the website at AboutBeverages.com. Head on over there to check out the tasting notes for this beer from Ballast Point, along with where it hits on our recommendation scale. And while you're there, definitely be following us on Twitter. Become a fan of us on Facebook. Send us an email if you have other, because at least for myself, I'm fairly new to any kind of red ale, be imperial or otherwise. Would definitely be interested of what are good kind of representations of that style, what other things we should be trying. Send us an email at aboutbeverages@q.com, and that's down in the comments as well. You can find it there. And
make any suggestions to us. Let us know. Hey, what should we be trying? What's out there that you've had that we may not have seen yet, and where can we get it, or when will you be sending us some?
Yeah,
How about that?
And we haven't been doing as much wine and some other things lately too, but as we're now going to start, it almost seems scary to say heading into fall, but we kind of are by the time we would get to them. What are some of your picks, like as you're going into these fall and holiday seasons? What are your wine picks? What are your other things like that? That's stuff that I'd like to know about, because those are things that I would be interested in bringing over. Probably could be a Thanksgiving option.
Ooh,
you never know.
Wow,
See?
Thanksgiving. Oh my gosh, just blew my mind.
I know, I did. I'm sorry.
Oh
All
my
right.
gosh.
But whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.